Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back to the GNC Family Farms. What happens on the farm stays on the farm, but not today. We're going to let it all out. Well, today is a tractor maintenance video on the old Kubota BX2380. I've already got the oil draining as we speak. Yesterday, I normally don't work on Sunday. By the way, I hope you enjoyed that Palm Sunday video. If not, I'll link the video down below. But yesterday I don't normally work on Sundays, as I was getting ready to say. But I did do a few things that needed to be done. First, I took out the filter here. I can show you right here. I took it out, soaked it in detergent. Now you get in there. Cleaned the filter out real good. Make sure that it was nice and clean. Checked it for any damages. And the way you do that is you just basically shine your light through there, and you should be able to see your light coming through there, which you can. That's how the filter should look. Nice and clean of any debris. Put that back in there. I blew all this out, the compartment here, blew this all out with compressed air. Took the cover off here. I'll show you that here. Let's get this back in there. Now this will actually lift up higher, but I'm using the bucket as a jack. As long as you put blocks behind your wheels, it's very secure. Basically, you just raise the bucket up, raise the bucket up. It's Monday morning, people, okay, and it's bright and early. I have a few things I have to take care of today. So I wanted to jump start this. Later today we got storms coming in. But yeah, you can normally get into here real easy because this hood does lift up higher. No reason why right now I'm using the bucket as a lift. Let me get my hand unstuck there. Lock that down on that side, and then there's one down here at the bottom. You got to make sure you lock in place. Check it again, make sure it's good and secure. It is. Took out the filter here. Blew it all out, made sure it was nice and clean of any debris. This should be done I do it every day, or not every day, but I do it after every use. And I do that just to make sure this screen stays nice and clean. You won't believe how fast this can get dirty, especially if you're in a dirty, dusty field. You definitely want to make sure you do that after you're done using your tractor. Here, this little screw here comes off. It out. Now this is a modification that I put on it, this little compartment here, because there's not much as far as compartment wise. They do call this a little glove box, but it's enough to put, I don't know, your cell phone in there or keys or whatever. I wouldn't say it's 100% waterproof, where this is actually waterproof. Or this is actually waterproof. You just put a couple screws right there, boom, boom, boom. So anyways, I came in here, checked the battery, make sure there was no corrosion on the battery. Make sure there's no any corrosion on the battery. Check it out, make sure everything looks good. The cables looked all good. Also blew out the area here, compressed air. Blew that whole area out there. But that's where the battery's at for the BX2380. Down here, there's the drip pan. And it's already pretty much drained, it looks like. So basically after I did all that, did that yesterday, wasn't much to do. Hang on a second here. Alright. Put this back in here. That way it's already done. We're already done with this area. Now throughout the season, or during my time of operation, I periodically check the battery, make sure no corrosion is being built up on it. That way, it's always in good working condition. I'm a firm believer a clean machine is a happy machine. So if you do these things, your machine will last you a long time. And I understand a lot of people can't put their tractor inside. But my recommendation is to build a carport for it, if you can. If you can't, there's tarps. I recommend buying tarps for your tractor covered up. First of all, it just makes the tractor last longer. Now, if you like a rusty old machine, leave it sit out in the rain all day. Trust me, within time, you'll have a rusty old machine. I prefer not to have a rusty old machine. You know, there's going to be things that's going to happen. You know, you get scratches or whatever. But they do make, Kubota makes their own paint. But I found it at Walmart. It's the same color they use. It's just cheaper. If you want to do touch-ups on any scratches or whatever. But we're draining the oil right now, which looks like it's pretty much done. I'm just going to take the oil cap off here. Let air get into it. Well, I said that. Let me go around here to the other side here. Much better. You can get in on this side better. I'll just put that right there. That way I know where it's at. Don't forget to put it back on. All right. Bring out my little box here of my little goodies for the tractor. Now, since I was filling this back up, since I was draining the oil, I bought their brand of oil, but I have my own oil that you can buy like at Walmart, way cheaper than this. But since we're filling this up, let's fill it up with their Kubota tractor, which they recommend. Same thing goes with their parts. I recommend, I know there's tons of other aftermarket parts you can buy for your Kubota or any other tractor, but why not go with the parts they recommend? Yes, these are way more expensive than your off-market prices. I'm not going to lie, that these are not cheap, but they are built for this machine. We have the oil filter here, and then we have the oh my God, hydraulic fluid filter, HDST. So, all right, put that oil filter over there. Let's go over here, and I'll take you over here and show you what we're getting ready to do here. All right, on this side of the tractor here is where the oil filter is at. And shouldn't be too hard to get in here. But we'll get our tool here. I have two different kinds of oil filter tools here. I just picked this one up, and the reason I picked this one up is because the way I understand it on these Kubotas, they were the HST filter that kind of tricky to get into. So this probably work better than maybe this. We'll see. I picked this up when we first moved here. We picked it up when I changed out the Craftsman filters. I really like this one. So let's get this filter off here. Okay. Let's see here. And where that radiator hose is at. Strap might work better. Alright. Put some light on the subject here at hand. Isn't it funny how they put stuff in the weirdest spaces? Makes it really hard for the well, let's see here. Take that off. Away. What's that? Just a plug. Plugs in. Slide that on there. Nice thing is once you get it off there, it's easier to put on, isn't it? What a tricky spot. There's boogers on there. There's boogers on there. They put this hose, radiator hose, right on top of it. Just need to get a hold of it. Ooh. They were lying when I watched the video on this filter. They said when you first take it off, the one that comes from the factory, well. If you have been following our channel long enough, you probably saw yesterday's video. It says, why Kubota? that was midweek, bring you up to speed with what's going on in the farm and stuff. And basically the whole video was me talking and complaining about Kubota. Like I said, I love my tractor in the video. I love it. But I'll tell you what. This tool, no. Cap tool, that cracked it. Didn't work. I heard it fall down here. I don't know where it's at. Bandworm, where you take a bandworm and you put it around there and you put your screwdriver in there and you tighten it down and try to get it up that way. That's made the things worse. Tried the drill, hit the screwdriver through it to use it. That made it even worse. It just kept tearing. I'm trying to think. Spray WD-40, everything. Today I went, because my wife watched the video, and said, well, have you ever tried the strap? And I said, well, yeah, I got this one here, and I showed her, and it's basically the one like I showed you before in the video. Yesterday's video I showed it. That didn't work. But then I watched the video she saw, so I saw this. Now, on the video, it's a little different. It was made out of webbing, like you would see like you strap down big cargo trailers with. It was homemade. Well, I didn't have any of that stuff laying around, plus I didn't have any tubing laying around. Now this here, I haven't figured out if I can still savable, but it basically tore this in half, like torquing. My wife and I both worked on this, okay? I did it first. You basically wrap this around your filter and tighten it down, just like this. It broke it. My wife said, well, I think it's time to call Kubota. All of a sudden she grabs this again. And believe it or not, this strap broke loose that filter. This little tool broke that finally loose. Here's what's left of that filter. That's hideous looking, isn't it? That's horrible looking. Believe it or not, that sucker was not coming off. If it wasn't for my wife watching that video and then me going back and watching the video to see what she was talking about, this strap, yes, I paid, I think it was $10 for this device. Even though it's broken, we have Kubota's hideous looking filter they put on. This is why, people, you are to put lube. Take oil and you rub around this. And then you crank it on with your hand. Maybe a little pressure. You don't need much pressure for these things, okay? So, thanks to my wife. Like she said, two brains working together, we got it. Because like it was so funny, she turned around, she said, I think it's time to call Kubota. Then she grabbed this wrench here and got it off. So we got to get this on, get the belly motor on. But I'm not going to be, well, I might do some mowing today. I don't know yet. I have a back garden that needs to get towed up because tomorrow it's going to be close to 84 degrees tomorrow. My wife wants to get the onion. I told her, I said, tomorrow, on Friday when your day off, I know. It depends on how she feels. She's been sick, so keep her in your prayers. But if as long as she feels good, she'll probably go out and plant some onions tomorrow. I know that she's been talking to Carmen about picking some dandelions, making some dandelion jelly, and I don't know what else she's going to make for dandelions. So, but yeah, we got it. Ugly, but it's off. I never seen anything like it. I like I said, I've changed oil filters before and never had anything like that. And she was, I mean, we were literally cranking on that. Imagine breaking that nylon strap. So, but that's it. Nothing else to show you here. I'm going to change the ST filter probably next week. I'm not worried about it now. I've wasted enough time. I need to get the belly mower put on. That's going to be a little challenging because it's the first time putting it back on. It shouldn't be too bad because it's just a couple brackets. You may slide it down. But yeah, I got to get this tractor out of here and get the oil mess cleaned up down below. And appreciate you all watching, as we say around here on the farm. Peace, love, and joy comes from knowing our Lord and Jesus Christ. And thank God for straps and tools that we can use to break loose Kubota's factory stock hideous looking oil filter. I'm out of here.
I wake up every morning, see the sunrise on the land, fields of gold and rolling hills built by God's own hand. There's a Bible on my table and a flag out by the gate. In this land of faith and freedom, we stand up proud and pray. This is Jesus' country, where the eagle flies high, where the stars and stripes keep waving underneath his watchful eye. From the mountains to the valleys, from the heartland to the sea, we stand for God and glory in the land of the free. Yeah.